What's up YouTube, Crate here, and as you can read, hey, what is up YouTube, Crate here, and as you can tell by reading the title, I decided to upgrade my graphics card. Now currently I have the RTX 2070, so it's not like I skipped a generation or anything, I pretty much just wanted better performance. So, I decided to go with the RTX 2080 Ti. Pretty much the best you can get besides going Titan, and I really hope it helps because it wasn't cheap. So there's pretty much only two things that I do with my desktop computer. Number one is going to be playing Call of Duty Warzone, and number two is going to be editing in DaVinci Resolve. So those are the two tests we're going to run. I'm not really reviewing this card, just kind of seeing the performance gains that I get. And so maybe someone else out there that has an older card can see what performance they get, or wants to get a 2070 or wants to get a 2080 Ti. Hopefully this helps somebody. In the game, Warzone, I want to test 1080p FPS as well as 1440p FPS. And then as far as editing goes, I'm going to be checking my render times and maybe just a kind of quick check on playback performance. In Resolve, I don't really have too many playback issues when it comes to scrubbing the timeline, unless I'm working with like multiple 4K files over top of each other. So I'm not necessarily looking for any gains, but obviously, I mean, why not? For exports, I'm going to do two tests. The first one is going to be a YouTube video export, and I'm also going to do one of my music video projects that I've done that's going to be a mixture between EOS R 4K files, 1080p files, slow motion files, as well as recordings with my Atomos Ninja 5 and various effects, color grading, all that stuff, to see how that works as well. All right, let's head over to the PC, do the 2070 test first, and then we can install the 2080 Ti and see what kind of results I get. All right, so this is my setup here. I pretty much keep it simple. I just run the game and Discord for my party chat, and that's about it. That's all that's running when I play the game. Yes, I use a controller. Yes, I'm still pretty good. I think I get about 100, 110 frames per second at 1080p with pretty much max settings in Warzone. But we're going to test that right now and show you guys. Okay, so I started with a music video file. This timeline is roughly 2.5 minutes long with all 4K log footage taken from my EOS R. Some are internal recordings and others are DNX HR recordings from my Atomos Ninja 5. I have a color correction LUT applied as well as some effects throughout the video. I exported at 100 megabits per second with a controlled bitrate. I heard that from most people I wouldn't see much improvement when it came to render times. With that being said, the 2070 rendered this video in 1 minute and 12 seconds. Right under that is the 2080 Ti render, and that took 50 seconds. That alone doesn't seem like a lot of time, but that is about a 40-second increase in speed. After doing the music video file, I hopped over to my last YouTube video on the Aperture MC. That was a little under 7 minutes long with all 4K files coming from the internal EOS R log. I had a LUT applied to that timeline as well, and I exported it with the same profile. Okay, again, the export on top is the 2070 that exported in 1 minute and 50 seconds, and then on the bottom is the 2080 Ti export, and that took 1 minute and 38 seconds. This one actually isn't that much time, and is only a little over a 10% increase. Okay, so I just want to go over my final thoughts. So yes, this is an improvement. Obviously, I spent more money, got a better graphics card, and got better performance. That being said, the graphics card is over double the price of my previous graphics card, and I definitely didn't get double the performance, but what I did get was a better experience. So with gaming, I can play 1440p at a higher frame rate than I was getting at 1080 on my old graphics card, and this is with max settings. So that's definitely going to be an improvement, and who knows if I actually noticed, but you know, it's there. And then on top of that, when it came down to the renders, it looked like the more files I threw at it, the better that graphics card actually processed that information, because it has a bigger VRAM and more space to work with. Now on my old setup, or not my old setup, but the old graphics card, I'm running a 5K by 2K monitor on top, and then a 1440p monitor underneath. So that's a lot of pixels for that to push out. So the 2080 Ti is definitely going to help pushing that out, at the same time rendering and doing all the work that it needs to do while I'm video editing. So that's the main reason that I really did get this graphics card, and that's, to me, worth the money. As far as export times, I didn't see too big of a difference on the YouTube video, but then again, I still am getting an improvement, and where I see it the most is in playback. So just scrubbing and playing back the footage that I take is so much better on the 2080 Ti that I'm playing back in full resolution, multiple stacks of 4K files, no problem. Alright, so would I recommend this card for everybody? Probably not. In my opinion, the 2070 Super that's out now is pretty much the best that I would recommend. And it's going to cost about 500 bucks or so, and that's going to get you the best performance pretty much if you want to do 4K. If you have specific needs like me, where you have multiple high resolution monitors, or you just want the best, or you're working with 8K footage, 6K footage, raw footage, 2080 Ti is going to be able to do that. Pick your poison. And again, if you're on a budget side, there's a lot of good budget cards like the 2060 that will handle most editing just fine. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Sorry if there's any bad audio or you hear loud noises. They're doing construction outside, and I was trying to wait it out, but it's been like a week. So, yeah. See ya!